What's up, girl? You looking good.
You are. Miss Matilda's a hottie, isn't she?
Matilda, what's up with these lights,
Yes.
girl?
I know.
Lights are bright.
I know, but then we don't have any shadows.
Okay, I better look way better than I think I do then.
You look fine.
I look marvelous because
Yes.
I'm wearing eSBe.
Yes, ma'am.
eSBe. Oh, not eSBe there. And that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
It's good to mix and match.
Rachel says it's okay.
It's okay.
Whew.
All right, well, welcome to Tips and Tricks Thursday.
Yeah, welcome. What's our tip?
Well, we have multiple tips today,
Woo!
and it all involves the proper care of your jewelry. So, let's look at your arm, Sherry. All right, so Miss Sherry has 3 different kinds of bracelets on. She's got this
do.
really pretty wrapped leather beaded bracelet. She's got a fun agate bracelet.
I do.
She's got this pretty pearl bracelet.
I do.
So, how do we care for those?
Beats me. Seriously, when something's got leather and a stone, I have no idea. Pearls and agates, we kind of talked a little bit about, but why don't you refresh my memory? Because I have
All right.
short-term memory.
We
What's your
all
name
do.
again?
Okay, so anything that has a stone, well, obviously anything that has leather, you do not want to put in any kind of liquid because it'll stain the leather.
Even I know that.
Yeah, so don't do that. But do you wear lotion?
All the time, people.
Yeah, I wear a lot, and I wear a lot of
Anytime you want to buy me a gift, lotion.
So
And,
lotion.
and SB, of course.
Okay. So lotion, self-tanner, all that kind of stuff. Hairspray, if you're wearing jewelry and you're spraying your hair, not a great idea. But things like that can get on your jewelry. So even if it's something like this, it doesn't really require a polishing cloth in the sense that it's tarnished, it could still get kind of gunky.
Yeah, because agates don't tarnish, right?
Yeah, no, they don't, but they can
And these
not
pearls,
be as shiny.
These pearls will not tarnish either.
No. So what you're going to want is a soft cloth. Now, this cloth that I have here, it's from Connoisseurs. It is a silver polishing cloth, but it has 2 parts to it. So it has the treated part, which is in black, because I've obviously used it on silver, but it also has a soft, like chamois, non-treated side, which is what you want to use on any kind of stones, pearls, or agates. And then you can just, kind of rub it a little bit.
Rub it as you're wearing it. There
Yes,
you go.
and it will just kind of shine it up a little bit.
Cool.
So,
What about
yes.
my brass ring? I just remembered I have my brass ring on.
Okay, so she
And
has
this one.
Okay, so she has sterling and brass rings here. So now the ring that has the stone in it, you don't want to polish the stone with silver polish, but you want to probably polish the silver part with a treated polishing cloth. My personal favorite is the sunshine cloth. And I'm showing you a dirty one so you can see that there's still a lot of life left in this polishing cloth.
Like, how do you know? Because I would have thrown that out. Like, how do you know when it's still good?
If it's mostly black, then it's probably time to go bye-bye. Okay. But if it's still polishing, then you're good to go. And I mean, these can get really dirty. And you don't obviously want to put it in the washing machine because then all the treated coating will come off. But anything that's brass or silver that is not plated can be polished with a silver polishing cloth.
But not my...
No. Nothing with stones. Okay. No, that would just be a regular polishing
this
cloth.
is a stone? I don't know why I always just...
Yeah.
That it's a
Hematite and
metal.
tanzanite. No, they're stones.
Okay, I'm an idiot.
You're not an idiot.
No, I'm an idiot.
No, you're not. Stop. Okay, so thank you for the use of your arm.
You're welcome.
Moving on. So she's got some really cute necklaces on.
I do.
You do. Okay, so this pretty little now and then necklace, you notice it's very shiny, as is my Paragon cuff. So what does that mean when something like that is uber shiny? What does that mean?
I know.
What?
Plated.
It's plated.
You're
Yes.
so smart.
I know, right?
Yeah, you guys have been listening to Lisa like I have.
So what is plating? So it's a treated coating that is put on top of a metal, and it can be, a precious metal or not. In our case, we only use precious metals. So, and it is basically to help preserve the metal and prevent it from tarnishing. There is a misconception that anything that's plated is like not
cheap,
inferior quality. That is absolutely not true. Plating gets a bad rap. In fact, like on wedding rings, for example, how they keep them shiny is they rhodium plate them, and it's basically a plating that goes over.
Good to know.
Yeah, over the sterling. So plating is okay. The treatment of it is a little different though, and as I had mentioned before, you don't want to use a silver or brass polishing cloth on plating because it will take the plating off.
Good tip.
So, yes. So, you know, regular just sterling or brass will have more of a matte finish, so you'll know the difference. And like in this case, so her cute little wish upon a star necklace, like the chain, for example, if you just want to like rub it through here and see up close, see how that like that little black mark. So that means that, yeah, it required a little bit of polishing. So that's how you take care of that. Now, how do you store your jewelry?
I throw it in a drawer. To be perfectly honest on camera, I throw it. Well, that's not true. I put it in a little box in a drawer. It's not rolling around in my drawer, but
Okay.
I don't invest in like all these like over the door plastic thing. I probably should. Should I?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You know, the worst way to store jewelry, and you see these cute little racks that you can hang on your wall with all these decorative hooks, and you're like, oh, I can put it up there, and it's so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst possible way you can store your jewelry, because you're exposing it to air, so if it's a precious metal, it will oxidize, and then hence will require a lot more polishing. And any other particles, dirt particles in the air, it is the absolute worst place to store your jewelry.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, so don't do that. So putting it in a drawer is not necessarily such a bad thing, but what often happens with these fine little chains like this.
They get all messed up and like gnarled, and they have to take a little safety pin. And
Yes.
but you know, I kind of feel like I'm super amazing for getting those. Okay, it takes me a long time, but I do feel like I overwhelmed the chain. But you're saying there's an easier, better.
Yeah, don't waste your time doing that. Your time is much more valuable doing other things.
That's true.
So the little plastic bag that I had my polishing cloth, my clean polishing cloth, in
virgin polishing.
Yes, right. And so I get these from Amazon, and I can get the little plastic bags from Amazon as well. So it's a little mini Ziploc bag is what it is. So I'm just going to use my necklace as an example because it's big and you can see it. So the trick to not having it tangle is to just drop it in the bag, and the key is to leave a little bit of the chain hanging out.
Especially if you have a really fine chain, then.
Exactly.
Okay.
So see how I left a little bit out?
Yeah.
So yeah, can you imagine if it's a really fine chain, and if that got in here, it would get all knotted. This maybe not as much, but it's still a really good habit to get into. So then when you're taking it out, it pulls right out.
Now, can we get those bags from you, or do we have to really get them off Amazon?
I mean, I'm happy to give them to you. You know,
Well, we can buy them
not
from
every
you.
day, but
No,
you can
we
get
can
them.
buy them from you, but
Yeah.
if you just pick them out, then we don't. That's one less thing that we gotta do.
Fine.
I mean, getting on Amazon and buying bags is to me the same as equivalent of trying to undo my necklaces with a pin. It's like, I don't want to do it. You do it.
That's fine. I can help you with that.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so I think that is all of our tips. Matilda, do we have anything else to say?
She's been so talkative this whole thing.
I know.
Let's get her to recap. What are the 3 tips,
Hit her
Matilda?
in the chest.
I'm sorry, Matilda. She didn't complain. I didn't, you know.
My goodness. So she's quiet now, and she's been so talkative the whole time.
What are the 3 tips? Tell me again.
Okay, the 3 tips are, so how do you treat your agates, your pearls, and any kind of stones? Use a soft polishing cloth. You can put your agates in just, you know, like tepid water and soak them, and then pat them dry and let them dry overnight. Brass and sterling, not the stone, can be used with a sunshine cloth.
Which we can
here.
get from Lisa.
Yes. And anything that's plated, you just want to use a soft cloth that has no silver treating on it. And it can be like a chamois cloth that you would use to polish your car.
That's a good idea.
So yeah, so it's basically the same kind of thing. It's just the key is no treatment on it. And then storing the bags, leaving a little bit on the outside so you can just lift it right out. So those are our tips for today. So if you have something that you are curious about or want us to discuss, please comment below. We'd love to include it in a future episode. We've got lots of fun things coming up, but we're not going to tell you about them right now because we want it to be a surprise.
They're going to be great. Yeah.
It's going to be fun. So anyways, until next Thursday, happy Tips and Tricks Thursday. See ya.
Have a good week.
You too. Bye.